Yes, we're back. I bet you're the type of person who's struggled with their weight for years, just like me. I'm on that journey again. Now, I've given a lot of advice on this channel about what to do, how to change things in terms of positivity, and I've kind of got positivity nailed. But what I've always struggled with is my weight. Now, if you're like me and you don't really want to lose weight through pills and injections, and you want to lose it naturally, and you don't want to gain muscle through injections either, or pills, you want to gain muscle naturally, then this is definitely the video for you, because I've always struggled with my weight for years. I've never had a six-pack ever. There's always been a reason why I haven't been able to get one. I was close at one point, you know, through a breakup. It's easy to eat healthy when you're going through something like that. But yeah, so this is my time to try and achieve that. I've got 6 weeks now. I don't think I'll get a six-pack, but I'll definitely be healthier than I am now. And how I'm going to do that is by listening to my own advice. So over the last few days, I've spent a couple of minutes just like organising myself. Now, if you're not organised, you'll never succeed. And I think that's been my downfall over the last few years, or over the last probably 10, 15, well, my whole life really. You know, I've never really planned. And that's a really big issue, because I know from in my job, they say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I think that's true in life. So when I budget in my household, I use a spreadsheet. Now, I plan how much is going to come in, I plan how much is going to come out. When I am in my job, I use spreadsheets to plan, you know, other things. I use PowerPoints, I use like Microsoft Planner, and I plan to hell. Because like I said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's true. And I think that's been my downfall in this. And that's why I'm documenting this now. It's more of a vlog, more of a quick one. I don't know how long it's going to be, so I'll just tell you what I've done, and maybe I'll do some, you know, clips of what I've shown. I just went on to AI. I think AI is a really good tool for us these days, and it makes things a lot easier for your understanding of how to navigate and get to your goals. So I think fat loss and nutrition and how to manage your life, you know, AI is a really good tool, because you can put things into AI that suit your specific lifestyle, and it'll spit out some suggestions, and it'll also tell you what it thinks you should do to maximize your goals, to get you to where you want to be. So yeah, so last night it's exactly what I done a video on my other channel about how AI created a workout plan for me, and I gotta be honest, it is the toughest workout plan I followed, because it just spat out one for me that is generic but probably would got results, and I was aching every day after. Now, I don't probably push myself as much as I should in the gym, and that's why AI is a good tool for yourself to keep yourself accountable. So that's what I done yesterday. So with those tools, that's how I'm going to try and achieve, you know, a bit of a transformation over the next 6 weeks. Don't know if I'm going to do it, but as long as I keep myself accountable, it's all possible. The only blocker now is me, because I've set the plan up now for myself. I just need to follow it, and that's all really personal trainers do. You know, I'm going to burst a lot of people's bubbles here. Sorry, personal trainers, but that's all they do, is they set you a plan and you just got to follow it. Now, the best personal trainer in the world will set you a plan, and if you don't follow it, you'll never really hit your goals. So as long as you're following the plan, you'll hit your goals, trust me. You know, people have seen it time and time again, and especially people who have had personal trainers know that if they follow a certain diet and they follow a certain training plan, they will hit their goals. And that's the whole point in what I'm doing here. Now, I don't want to spend £100, I don't want to spend £200 on personal trainers, so I'm giving AI a go. But unfortunately, AI is not going to keep me accountable. I've got to keep myself accountable, as do you. So I went on to AI last night, and I only use Copilot because it's free, and I typed in, you know, my body weight, my height, and my goals, and it said that I should work out 4 times a week strength training, as well as twice a week cardio. Now, we'll see if that's achievable. I just got to try and hit that. I think it is achievable as long as I stick to it. Another goal it set me, so I also asked it how many calories I need to eat. and also what protein goals I need to achieve. Because this is where a lot of people go wrong, and I think this is where I've gone wrong in the past, is that I've always overtrained, I've always under-eaten, and I've always not hit my protein goals. Because when you set up an app like MyFitnessPal, shout out to MyFitnessPal, it's a really good app for trying to lose weight. Go ahead, download it, it's free. If you've got an app like MyFitnessPal and you set the calories, or if you set the goal on there, it'll give you a calorie target. But what I really missed on was the protein target is kind of generic, and you need to adjust that for your goals. So go onto AI, ask it how much calories you should be eating in a day, and ask it how much protein you need to achieve. Now for me, it said I need to eat 160 grams of protein daily and also 1,850 calories. Now that's quite low. It's quite a low amount. It's probably less than what my partner's eating. And it's going to be quite a challenge. It already is a challenge, but I've also got to keep myself accountable. So keeping yourself accountable isn't just in the gym, it's keeping yourself accountable on the stove. So that's something I never do. I always give myself a little bit of leeway because I think, I'm training hard, so I won't track this, and I'm training hard so I can have this cheat meal. But the problem is when you have these cheat meals and you have these cheat days, you don't hit your protein goals and you don't hit your calorie deficit goals, so you don't hit the target as quick as you want. And the problem with doing that is you feel like, what's the point? You fall off the wagon, you have a takeaway, you just think to yourself, oh well, what's the point? And that's what happens. Now, a couple of takeaways here and there, or if you let yourself off the hook for certain foods, then you're just going to stagnate your progress, just like I have. And I can tell you an example of doing that. So for my goal my goal is 1,850 calories. Now my meals are set out for 6, 12, so 600, 600 and 600. So I got to eat those 3 meals, and then I'll hit my protein and I'll hit my calorie deficit. So I'll have 1,800 calories with 50 calories to spare. So I think to myself, I've got 50 calories to spare. I'll have a latte, right? So I'll have a latte. Latte's about 150 to 200 calories, depending on how big the latte is. If it's like a large one in Costa, it's about 200 calories. If I have sugar as well, or like syrup, that's another 10, 20 calories. And then all of a sudden I've gone 150 over. Now, if I do that consistently over the week, then that 150 turns into 150, 300, 450, 600, 750 to 900 to 1,050 calories over my target. So all of a sudden, that deficit that I thought I was having of 200, 300 calories actually is just gone, because I've gone 1,000 over the week. I've gone 1,000 over what I thought I was hitting. So when you go in at 1,850 and you're thinking to yourself, I won't count that latte, or I won't count the oil. Olive oil is a big one. If you don't count olive oil, look out. And ketchup, stuff like that. Sauce, mayo is mental in calories. So all these little things do add up. So like I said, that's another one, is keeping yourself accountable on the diet and the workout plan, because the workout plan is visible, the diet is also visible, but it's those hidden calories that you aren't tracking which might be holding you back, because it's held me back for years, and it's likely you're doing the same for you. And if you let yourself off, the only person you're letting down is you. The only person I've let down is me. So that's the whole point of this video. Now, another thing I've done in the past is I've always, I've not really planned my week. So you think to yourself, yeah, I'll have 1,850 calories every day, and yeah, I'll go to the gym 4 times a week, and I'll do cardio twice a week. But the reality is, that's 6 days a week that you're looking to train, and 1,850 calories that you're looking to eat. Now, if you're not prepared and you're not planning, then you're gonna be susceptible. Is that the word? So you're gonna be taken advantage of by life. Unfortunately, life isn't set out for everyone to be healthy. McDonald's exists, KFC exists, Popeyes exists. So it's gonna capitalize on you when you're at your weakest. So what you've got to try and do is have stuff there for you at the ready. So if you're going to try and eat in a calorie deficit, meal prep. Because when you're hungry, you just think to yourself, I don't care, starving, I'll have whatever. And then after it, you've just demolished your goal, and then you've got to start again tomorrow. And then that's how the loop continues. So what I've done is I spent a whole day Saturday just meal prepping. I cooked like 2.5 kilos of chicken, and I froze a lot of like chicken wraps. I've never done that before, and I think that's my problem, is I've not actually done what I know I should do. So that's what I've done this week, is that I've meal prepped, and I've got to do that now for the next 6 weeks, otherwise I'm going to fail again. And that's the whole point of this video, is you're on this journey with me, you're doing it with me. Hopefully you can see the humility in me and take a bit of that from yourself and join this journey with me, guys. All right, the workout plans as well. So the workout plan, 6 days a week, is a hard schedule to follow, especially in busy life. If you're working 9 to 5 and you're out the door at 7, 8 o'clock to get to work, and you're in the house by 6, if you sit down and hit that couch, you're not getting back up. You're not going to feel like doing a 45-minute workout. You're not going to feel like doing that run. You're not going to feel like doing interval training. It's just not going to happen. So what you've got to try and do is plan your week and hold yourself accountable. I keep using that word, hold yourself accountable. You've got to do it. I've got to do it, and this is what I'm going to try and do over the next 6 weeks. And the reason I'm doing it is because I've got a holiday in 6 weeks' time, so I want to be in the best shape of my life. Hopefully I will be. Only time will tell, But yeah, so what I've done is, on my phone, your phone is your best tool. It's also your worst nightmare, because, like I said to you, life is not set up for us to be healthy, and TikTok, Instagram Reels, Shorts on YouTube will pull you in. And that's what happens to me. I'm sure that's what's happening to you guys as well, because that's how it's set up. That's what the algorithm wants to do. And hopefully it's pushing you this video for that exact reason. Yeah. Yes, so the way I've tackled that is I've put the calendar, downloaded the calendar app, and I put it on my home screen, and I've just put in the workouts that I want to do over the next few days, and I'll do that now every week. I'll probably do that just in spare time when I'm on the Stairmaster. Oh, sorry about that. So I put that in, and I'll do that when I'm on the Stairmaster. I'll update that on the daily. And then I've got the Strong app, which is like £30 for the whole year, which just tracks me. So I put in there now what the AI has suggested me to do, and I've saved that as a template, and now I'm going to follow that over the next 6 weeks. And hopefully I should see a change, because I've set up a bit of a plan, and we'll see. Only time will tell. I might share in my next video what that plan is, or I might share it at the end. Because it might help you guys. But if you've got Copilot, ChatGPT, Claude, or if you haven't got it, you might know someone who has, and it's always helpful to use that resource if you've got it. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's go, boys. Right, that's where we're going to end it, boys. So hopefully in the next few weeks I'll update you on what's going on. Maybe I'll update you next week on what's going on in my life, or how I'm following this diet, how I'm following this training plan, and seeing if it's working for me, because it might work for you. But yeah, let's go.